It was a pretty boring unboxing. Bit of medical gloves. I don't know. Could have been a blade or something vaguely short. Never mind. But yeah, I definitely needed to get some of them because of the gluing with the Gorilla or Gator glue. You need gloves on. When you're dyeing the leather, you need gloves on. And after a while, diesel gloves from garages just don't really, they just don't feel right. So there's that, there's that, there's that. Double check that's, oh yeah, oh yeah baby, there it is. Now this is what starts things lining, truing, getting things nice and neat. So next stage, what I'm going to do is groove a line there. I might even change mine at some point because everyone seems to be different. Across there, I might end up with a slight angle as I go up this sort of straight and up. I'll just stop there, carry on there, then move that out and connect those up in a straight line using a ruler because I can't run up the edge. As soon as you do that, I don't, it's just awkward. If I slip on the, it'll just make a mess. So I go up to there and stop, along there, and then join the two up. I want to go up there, across, and down. Now, the tight bit that closes on the blade, or the handle, or the knife, or the guard, or whatever, is this bit here. So I need the stitching to only go to maybe there. I could go that far, but I definitely need to go that far because this is what I want to retain the knife as it goes in. This is the one that's molded over. So I'm going to choose a nice happy measurement. Go a bit closer to the outside. Now say, as yet this is still cut square. I mean, in my mind I just carry on and do it without making a mention of it, but it's square. If I'd beveled that off now, I got less of a big surface to ride that up against. So I'm going to do it now whilst it's all big and square. So let's get you central. Stop that dry bag and being messed in from falling off too much, too often. And stop just before the corner and see if I want to give a bit of an angle, maybe 2 stitches, and always go back later and jig it all up true, up to there and stop. So going back to the bottom end, going back to the bottom end, so that's got that quite neat and tidy. Stop there, come back to that later. That now doesn't want to sit flat on the bench, so I'll sort of try and catch this section here. I've got a little bit of a lip on the bench. It's just lucky the way it happened. Got a piece of board and then sort of plywood, and it all, this little bump here, very lucky. This extra bit here just fits in that little trench, and that goes down like that. So I'll go from there to the top, stop. I want to go across a little. I now adjust that. A bit more. So I've got a bigger gap. So I want to use that straight edge and get the stitches so it's going to keep this down. Okay, keep that down. So I've made that bigger. So I'm running it along this edge and going up there a bit. Do I like that? Do I like the look of it? Just checking it out, checking it out. Do I like it? Right, let's go for it. And stop. Stop. And make it really far out. Now there are ones of these where you run the bent bit of metal along the edge and the blade is there. I find them more accurate. We got one at school, but the one that I bought, I ended up with this bent bit of metal out the side and that runs at the centre. If you got the choice, if you get one, now in hindsight, I'd want the one that's the blade there, so the bit that scratches at the lever in the centre, and this is just like a router guide sort of fencer there. But hey, this does the job. Now I really want to be as straight as I can here, so okay, run that across the top. And now for the fun bit. Wish me luck as you wave me goodbye. A really straight ruler. Now I'm running the ruler and I'm guiding this up against the ruler to marry them up there. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Ta-da! Happy days. Yep. Now, where's me little ramekin-y thing? There he is. Somewhere on this debauched mess of a desk. It's a dinky paintbrush with the water. I'm just making this wet. All in real time for that, eh? Like high noon for Sheath. Also starring, along with Gary Cooper and Gene Kelly, is it Gene Kelly, Grace Kelly, DeForest Kelly, Bones. Damn it, Jim! I'm a physician, not a gunfighter. Well, actually, in that film, you are one. Right, so that's softened the lever in that trench. Come back to that in a minute when you got to do a bit more. Right, where's my wheelie thingy? See, it's just come straight out. I'll just carry on. You'll be fine. It's all good. There he is. Knew he was there. Now, critical points. The top of there and the top of there have to be corners. Now if I look and the timing is alright, which it isn't, I'll just awl those so that wheel doesn't perfectly marry up with another one on those two corners. So that'll be free-handed with an awl. But that corner's fine. I'll go down and stop there. That'll go all the way down and figure that out when I get down there. So there. Now one thing I always notice is when you're using this, you've got to be ever so careful that the retaining bolt on the side of that doesn't scratch that bit too much. So it might pay just to eat that out of the way a little. Take your time as you go up and over that ferro rod lump, because if you run and miss the trench, you'll have great wheelie spikes going into leather you don't want it to go into. Alright, so we get down to the bottom, it's starting to dry out. I'll touch more water. Corners you can do freehand, but take your time. Cool. Technically speaking, there is a sort of a drain hole there, so I don't go all the way and stitch the bottom up. Right, now stabby awl. It's a screwdriver ground down. So I'm going to go onto the top corner. 1, 2. So boom boom, and I'll just time to get 2 holes there and there. So I'll just do that by eye. I bet Sandy's got some lovely fonging chisels. At some point I will get there. There we go. And now my favourite bit to all you wonderful leather workers out there. You drill it on a pillar drill. What we want to do is groove the back holes and run the stitching wheel over both sides. Takes a while. Get that. Remember to go careful over that bump in the thickness. It's the front wheel. At some point I'm going to get one of the kitchen sponges or something just to make this a bit quicker. That's pretty laborious using a paintbrush. This is the only one I can find was a very small one, but you can make it a lot quicker if you just use a clean piece of sponge. Alright, there we go. Whew. Now stitching wheel front and back. Now the stitching will sit in that trench and be lower than the actual surface of the leather, so it won't get caught as much, it won't get as much dirt on it, and you know, you just won't get as much wear and tear on the stitches. So now it's same as it was last time. So I'll get stitching. I'll see you on the flip side. Let's go from Wessex blades into the next stage. If you join me again, I'm going to have a treat. Nom. Alright, join me again. Just got Wessex blades. These things they twist, don't they? Who thought of that? Very clever.